how cold is not enough.
Hi all, we are going to learn how to implement FCFS CPU scheduling algorithm using C program. So I already have the C program with me. I'm using OS Ubuntu. So this is the program to implement FCFS CPU scheduling using C program. So here the data structure that I'm using to implement this one is arrays, and the input is fed from another file. The file name is FCFS input.txt. So you can see here the file is open in write mode and the input is fed from the using this command. So from the beginning, first of all, in the main, we are first of all creating a file pointer to fetch the data from the FCFS input.txt, and then these are the variables that are required for this complete program. So first one, a of 20 is an array of size 20 that is used to store the arrival time, and then b of 20, an array of size 20, is used to store the burst time, p of 20 for the process ID, priority or prior of 20 for the priority of the incoming process, I and j for looping, and these are variables used inside the program for several purposes. NP for counting the number of processes, TT for turnaround time, WT for waiting time, EX for 20 is execution time. And in the next line, we are defining AWT and ATT, which are used for finding or converting the turnaround time and the waiting time into floating, so we can get the decimal points also. In the next line, we are opening the input file. So the input file is FCFS input.txt. We already have it. These are the inputs that is going to be fetched by the FCFS.c program. So each column represents, first column gives the PID, this is process ID. Second column will give the arrival time. Third one gives the burst time, and the fourth one will give you the priority of the program priority of the process, and each row represents the process number process. Okay, and here we are looping the complete file, otherwise we are getting all the inputs from the file. Here in the same order, respective order, that is the PID, that is process ID, the arrival time, burst time, priority is being fetched using this line, and then the process number is being increased. That is what is happening here. And in this for loop we are finding, otherwise we are sorting out. Now we already have all process in our hand in the array. Now we are going to find, otherwise we are going to order or arrange the processes in the order of its arrival time, because since this is FCFS, all the process should be executed in the order of their arrival. So we already have the arrival time of each process associated with each process, so we are going to order, otherwise we are going to arrange these processes in the order of their arrival time. So this is how it is being arranged. Just a swapping is being happened here, that is finding whether first process is, the arrival time of the first process is greater than the second one, and if it is true, we have to swap those processes, so that the smallest process, the process which arrived the first time, should be at the first stage, otherwise in the front side of the array. After swapping, we now have a result, otherwise now have the array in the increasing order of their arrival time, that is it is being sorted in the arrival time order. Now we are printing the output, that is the heading process and execution time, in which the process under the heading of process there will be process ID, and execution under the title execution time, the starting time of the execution will be given. And now we are going to check whether the first process have the starting or the arrival time 0 itself. If we have the arrival time 0 for the first process itself, we can just print it, the process 1 and its starting time 0. But if we don't have that one, that means if the arrival time of the first process in our list is not starting or executing at the 0th second, just we are giving like this, that is an X and a 0. It represents that no process is being executed or getting started at the 0th process of the Gantt chart. And next we are giving the value of that the arrival time of that process to the execution time and just printing that one. Now this for loop is used to print in the order of the process, the Gantt chart. This complete portion is used for representing the Gantt chart, okay, just for the Gantt chart. And then this portion is used to find the waiting time and the turnaround time. The equation for the waiting time and the turnaround time is given here. The execution time minus arrival time, execution minus arrival time plus burst time will be the equation for finding the waiting time and turnaround time respectively. And this is used, these two statements are used to convert the waiting time and the turnaround time into floating point, so that we can get the decimal values also, that is the accurate average time we can get. And this statement is used to print the arrival time, average waiting time and the average turnaround time, and this is used to close the file. So you can see the file here. This is the inputs that we are giving to the program, and this is the complete program. So let me execute it. So this is how we compile the program, C program in Ubuntu. So there are no errors. Now we can execute it. Execution is using ./a.out. So this is the output. We can see that under the process 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 processes, and this is the execution time. We can clearly see the Gantt chart here. So in this one, we can see that the execution of the process 1 has started at time 0. And for the process 2 it started at 6, process 3 it started at 9, and 4 it started at 13. And the average waiting time is 5.75 and the average turnaround time is 9.5. So this is how the program for FCFS is working. Thank you.